Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shooting It Straight with Donnie C. I am your host, Donnie C. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us, spending some time with us. And when I say us, I mean me. You all know him. And if you don't know him, it's because you haven't been watching. So start watching, because then you'll know him. My boy Dave. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Don.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. So speaking of people watching
Mm-hmm.
and not watching, so if you're not watching, start watching.
Start watching.
And if you saw that, you're already watching, so thank you.
Continue to watch.
Yeah, continue to watch. I was thinking about it, and I talked to you about it briefly, and we talked about how Star Trek has Trekkies, how Taylor Swift has Swifties, and Shooting It Straight has subscribers.
And
I
need
don't
a
like
nickname.
We need a nickname, and the only thing I can come up with was shooters for our groups. And
Yes.
I don't know if anybody likes that or not. So before the show even gets started, we're trying to get you involved. As a subscriber, as somebody who's watched us from the beginning or just started watching us, if you're going to continue watching it, if you're not going to watch us anymore, don't tell me what you're going to call us or call yourselves. But if you are going to continue watching, let us know in the comments. What would be a good nickname for all the people watching our show, our little family that we're creating here, that we're getting feedback with? We have people that comment and ask us questions and do it. All these people, what kind of names do you think would work?
Yes.
Do you want to be a shooter? Or do you want to say you're something else? Let us know. Put it in the comments. Let us know. And with that, if you have questions for us, again, shootingitstraightwdc@gmail.com. You send us some questions. Dave gets the questions. He reads them to me. I give you an answer. I don't know the show. I don't know what's happening. I never know what's happening. And that's the magic of TV. No, that's the magic of podcasting. I don't know where this is going or what we're doing anymore.
Yeah.
But
We're nowhere near TV, Don.
not yet. Not yet.
No. Not even close.
All right, we're not at TV yet, so
No.
we're nowhere near it. We're nowhere near it. We're barely scratching the surface of podcasting.
Yeah, exactly.
We appreciate everybody who's following us and listening to us and watching us and having fun with us and smiling and laughing. And if you're laughing, hit the like button. Let us know that you had a good time with it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Subscribe. Let us know what you want to be called. Ring the bell for notifications. We'll let you know when we're coming back, but it's every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Okay.
Bike.
So, outside of us and our shooters, Memorial Day weekend has come and gone. Summer has started, Dave.
Yes.
Now, for me, summer means a lot less clothing. And having a shirt on I put it on for my podcast and I put it on for work. Outside of that, it's very rare. Dave's known me a long time. How often am I in a shirt, Dave?
Rarely. Yeah.
Rarely.
Yeah.
Now, my body's not what it used to be. And I know that. For the summer bodies, do you watch what you eat at this? We're getting older, and the bodies don't work like they used to. And I was talking about this at one of the parties I just had, how I would eat everything and anything all the time. The time. And I still had six packs, and I had two of them. I had two, so I had 12. No, I had a six pack. I had a nice body. Everything was great. But I'm not that kid anymore. And now I'm like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't eat carbs after a certain time. Maybe I shouldn't eat as many carbs at a certain time. Maybe I should eat healthier. I have a lot more yogurts and this and that. I don't eat bags of chips for lunch usually anymore. Do you watch what you eat at all, or do you just go in and say, fuck it, I'm eating?
As long as I don't feel a difference in my clothing and stuff like that, I'm okay. Obviously, I try to not eat past a certain time.
Right, okay.
If I do have an adult beverage, as I've gotten older,
And?
my tolerance is a little bit lighter now, so I don't drink as much because that'll add some body weight to you too. But because of what I do for a living, I also walk a lot, so I burn a lot of calories during the day, so that helps. So,
See, I used to be in the field a lot more often, and I burned a lot more calories, especially when it became 100 degrees like it is now.
Right.
And I knew every year I would lose 10 pounds by accident like that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That doesn't happen anymore. There's
there's no more instant gratification.
No, it's gone. It's gone. So I started doing something last month. Was they said do 3,000 push-ups in the month
Oof.
of May,
Uh-huh.
and I did it. But with it, I also did sit-ups. I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do push-ups, I'm gonna do sit-ups. So I did like 100 push-ups a day, I did 100 sit-ups a day,
Right.
and then at the tail end, I started doing cardio because I'm like, I'm not getting the results I really want yet, so I got to do a little bit more. So I did like a 10-minute cardio.
Right.
Because I'm 47,
Mm-hmm.
and my body needs some help now.
Yeah.
It doesn't go again. Doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever do stuff like that? Or I know that when we were kids, we did a 15-15. I did it with you, and I dumped it down to a 10-10.
It was a 10-10 for me, and yeah,
right.
Never do a 10-10 with Don.
Basically, what a 10-10 is, or a 15-15 is, you start off with 15 push-ups, then you do 15 sit-ups, then you do 14 push-ups, then you do 14, and you go all the way down to 1.
Yeah.
And Dave wanted to do it with me one time, so we
bad
did
mistake.
it. And Dave's sorry, we'd never do it again.
Because 100% out of shape, and it should have been 5 5s. It's basically what it should have been. We did the 10-10s, and my arms, everything, just destroyed. Stomach muscle, you name it.
Dave's arms didn't work for, I think, a day and a half to 2 days easy. He was having a very difficult time with anything.
Yeah, but no, as far as what I should do is stretch. Because my old ass needs to stretch more because I get
young
stiff
or
quickly.
old. I suggest everybody stretches. That is key to everything. It's better for blood flow. It's better for your ligaments and your muscles and everything else. And stretching is key.
Yeah,
I push that all the time. You know me, still doing splits and stuff at my age. And always stretch.
Get one of those incline boards to stretch your back out and shit. Yep. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you go by basically what your body feels like in your clothing,
right?
Which is good because that's how it should be. And I can usually tell when I look at myself or if I'm putting on my clothes if I'm between a certain 5-pound increments. And I always try and our friends always bust my onions. They're always like, "Oh, you're always skinny. You're always this. You're always you fucking assholes." I work for that. More so now than ever before. But yeah, I've always been within a 5 to 10 pound. Like if I realize I'm 5 or 10 pounds over, I go, okay, I gotta cut back because I know it's a lot easier to lose this and try 20 or 40 or 50 pounds or even more.
Right.
I've never been in those situations before. I know that you at one point you dropped a significant amount of weight one time.
Yeah, I was my late 20s, I think. I was pushing 235, I think, at one point, which was insane for my size. But I've always been like a thicker person, so I carried the weight a little bit. But I dropped down to, I think my lightest was like I got in the 170s. It was high 170, like 178 or something like that.
Yeah, you did it, and you did it quickly too. Yeah. It was a quick transformation.
Yeah, but I did it. I totally did it unhealthy. It was like not eating much, and I was on the treadmill for like fucking 2 hours a day, just sweating my ass off. So
yeah, and then you worked. Who was it? GM when you worked out, and all of a sudden you got buffed too.
Yeah. The assembly line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
but those days are over. I don't look like that no more. now the old man bod got kicked in. So dad bod.
And that's what I had. I started getting to, and I'm like this. And not that there's anything wrong with that guy. For everybody who has one and everything else, I have one too. Like good for you guys, but I am not comfortable with that mentally for me. I know mentally I don't have to be chiseled, but I want to look close to something where if I take my shirt off, you're like, oh damn, okay, he's all right, You know, when I'm at the beach, I don't want to be the old guy with the beer belly. I want to be, wow, he's for an old guy. I might do him.
You're not the shy guy that goes out in the ocean with their shirt on?
No, I was never that guy. Never, ever will I ever be that guy. I know a couple of people who are like that, but no, I would never do that. That's like we said early on, I shirtless all the time. Yeah. All the time.
Yeah.
The only time I'm not now is because the sun got too hot or anything else, and I'm trying to protect myself because it's fucking Arizona hot, and it's just no good. But you burn. It's not pretty.
Well, let me ask you this though: have you fallen victim to the new, the grooming aspect? Do you?
Yeah, because when we were younger, we could be hairy as hell, and I was.
Yeah.
I was a gorilla. I'm still a gorilla. Yes and no. Yes and no. To a certain degree, I groom.
Yeah.
But I don't shave.
Right.
Like, and I explain it to people like this because some of the younger crowd has busted my balls and they're like, "Oh, you don't shave." I go,
you don't wax your ass.
Yeah, exactly. You know how stupid I would look. I have hair on my chest. I have some hair on my stomach. I've got hair on my legs. If I shaved just my private area, like all these yahoos are doing nowadays, it would just be a bald spot like I have on my head on my privates.
Yeah.
And I know some of them do it because it makes their junk look bigger and everything else, and good for you. If you need to do that, good for you. But I don't necessarily need to trim the hedges to make the deck look bigger.
Right.
I'm good. So I never went out of my way to do it but I would trim.
Yeah.
Yeah, every once in a while, okay, this is getting a little crazy. I need to trim a little bit or something. But never shave. Why have you?
Oh, not shave. Not. There was. I don't know why I did it when I was probably in my early 20s. I actually shaved my chest one time.
Okay.
I don't suggest that, dude, because I broke out in like heat rash. My chest. If I tried to like do this, it was just in immense pain. So no, I don't suggest anybody
sandpaper
shave.
Coming back in. Like I know a bunch of guys who shave their arms and stuff. Like I ain't got no.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how many razors I would go through if I had to shave my body?
Yeah. I fall victim to
would die before I was done.
I fall victim to the wife. The wife's like, "Oh, before we go on a cruise or before we go on vacation, let me trim your back hair and your chest hair." I'll do my chest, but she's like, "Oh, I gotta shave your back." You know?
Right. My wife takes care of my back for me and cleans it up and stuff like that, which is good because I don't want to be. I know I'm a gorilla, but I don't want to look like a gorilla.
Right, exactly. And you can't just do the front, like if you shave the front and you're all trimmed there and then the back looks like a fucking gorilla. And you're like,
no good. All of a sudden you got hair wings growing out or something like that. That's just terrible. You can't do that. You got to take care of yourself. So I'm not one of those people like a lot of women now, they shave everything bare and it's I don't mind hair.
Right.
But to go completely bare always, I just don't, it's not as much for me. I don't think, and guys shaving their arms and their legs and everything, unless you're a swimmer and you're doing it for competitions because of the resistance, which I never even thought of when I was swimming. Like, I used to surf and everything else. You know how much quicker I could catch a wave if I didn't have any hair on my body?
Keanu.
No.
Shout out, Keanu.
Shout out. Look, bro.
But I do have a pair, like, what do you call it? We're right here. Boom. You can get the lawnmower 4.0 from Manscaped if you ever wanted to have an
$90.
For $90, you can have an improved experience.
I don't understand. Listen, and maybe it works wonders. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've seen $20 ones. I use $20 ones. Mm-hmm. That work great. Now, with that being said, again, I don't shave down to smooth skin because I don't want it.
No.
So maybe that does something that these others don't. But in my opinion, what do you need a $90 one for when a $20 one works fine and it usually lasts you about 10, 20 years?
I know. Well, that's what I'm wondering. Does that product, do you get the same life out of it? Or is it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So I've never used it. I hear it advertised all the time. I hear it's great. I've never used the product because I'm not dropping $90 on a scrotum shaver. So, sorry.
Exactly. my cousin who has other podcasts and whatnot, he was actually sponsored by Manscaping once, and he got me a Manscaping shirt and stuff like that. So I think the slogan was "Your balls will thank you" or something like that.
Yeah, that was it. Yep.
So I have a Manscaping shirt that says "Your balls will thank you."
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
No, I never got into it because I was like, I don't see the need. I'm a hairy guy, and
right.
I know that. And again, my shirt's always off. You know I'm hairy. And for those who don't know, when I was younger, it was either money or women. That's what I did things for. I didn't.
But would you, in your dating days, would you trim it so that the ladies didn't, you know what I mean? Like, because obviously you don't want the woman thinking you are a hairy ape. So would you trim that area so out of respect to them?
I usually didn't back in the day in the 90s and stuff like that. No, not at all. Early 2000s and stuff. No, I didn't do much of anything. But again, I wasn't worried about it. It was just who I was. I'm very confident in who I am and what I bring to the table. Regardless of how I look. And not that I'm saying, again, I try and keep myself in shape. I try and do things. So it's not that I'm like, okay, no, I never think about it. Yeah, I think about it, but I'm not vain about it. Like, I'm not that worried about it. If I wasn't hooking up, I might have changed my ways. If it wasn't, but I didn't have that issue, so I never really thought of it like I had to change anything. I was just as our shooters know, or whoever else you want to be, let me know. I am who I am.
Yeah.
And that's it. So
it's
here
funny
I am, Harry.
Back in my bachelor days, whatever you want to call them, I would shave more often so that I didn't look, like a grizzly axeman or something. So
I would trim my hair. I would get more haircuts.
Right.
Or I would try and keep a cleaner shave or whatever. But like, that's it. Like,
now
more than that.
If it wasn't for this podcast and having to, I want to look clean for the show, but if it wasn't for this, dude, I'd be going months without shaving.
Listen, after the shit I usually say, I don't think you having a beard or not, a scruff or anything else is going to affect anything.
And the beauty about getting old too with the top, all I need is to buzz this now, man. I don't have to waste $25-$30 at a hair.
I still gel it back because I'm like that. Yeah, I still slick it back. I don't do it as often because depending on what I'm doing, if I'm in the house a lot, I won't do it. Where I just do it every day regardless. But if I'm going out or doing something, like we had a barbecue for Memorial Day and stuff like that, I did it. And with that though, because I know my hair and my products and stuff like that, I can jump in a pool and be wet, and as long as I put it back, it's going to harden up again. Yeah, in the right spot. So I'm like, I'm good. You're good. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. All right.
So I don't know. That's me, my manscaping and my trimming. But no, I wouldn't spend $80-$90 on a trimmer. That just seems outrageous.
No, that's nuts.
I don't care how much money I don't know why I would do that. Dave made it funny.
I did. Oh shit. So, all right, we have a couple questions that we can get into.
Okay, sure.
If you want.
Yeah, I'd love questions.
Because that the topic of shaving will segue nicely into first question here.
Look at us go. Nice segue.
So we have a shooter, if he wants to be called that, Matthew.
Matthew.
All right,
Matty A.
All right. He says, on a recent episode, Donnie C mentioned that he preferred a natural woman. If given the choice between shaving completely clean or very full bush, I'm talking butcher's apron here. What would he choose?
It depends on my mood. It honestly depends on. I'm a man of variety. I love a good variety pack. I'm not gonna lie. And depending on my mood is depending on if I would go with bald or bush. There are certain times where I would say bush. As much as many people wouldn't go with that, I would say that. I think bald is beautiful. But I think on a woman, I've never been as attracted to completely shaven as I had to if there was something there. So normally I would go with bush over, or at least go in as a bush and then see if we can, if it was that bad, then maybe try and change it up. Like there were some pictures of some movie stars from the 80s and you saw them and holy crap. I forget, Bruce Willis's ex-wife,
Bruce Willis's ex-wife, not
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore, yeah.
Demi Moore had some pictures from the 80s that would knock you, you'd fall out of your seat if you saw it. You're like, holy crap, that looked like like she was wearing a bikini.
Right.
Without a bikini.
I forgot. I think there was a movie. It was one of those like Hot Shots kind of movies or whatever, right?
And they made a joke about it.
They pulled the underwear down. They just
like ass. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think I would have fun with that for the moment just because. Yeah. But I don't know if it was a constant thing, then I would have to change it because I couldn't do that on a constant. Then then if it was a constant thing, I would go with bald. But if it was like back and forth, I would probably go with the bush.
No, I need some grass on the field there, man. Because if it's too bald, it's too much friction, and I don't need dental floss, So we need a little bit there,
a little something there, a little something,
little something. Yeah.
Okay, very nice, very nice.
That's
what when she looks down, it looks like you still have a mustache, something like that.
Yeah,
perfect. I understand.
Yeah. So, but they, hey, to each their own. That's
at that point, would it be a mustache?
A mustache, yes.
I am modeling the mustache. So yeah, I would go with bush over bald, unless it was an everyday thing, and then the bush was just too much to handle, and then I'd have to be like, okay, let's see if we can make shapes and figures out of this, or try and like all the barbers with the hairdos that come out with the crazy hair. Like I would try and make something cool out of that, and then make it a photo shoot, because that would be awesome.
So I have a follow-up question to this, and then we'll move on.
Okay.
Has there ever been a time in your life where you've, viewed the area and gone, holy shit, that's a deal breaker? And
deal breaker? No.
Okay.
No.
it's like I'm out.
Yeah.
That's way too much down there.
No. There was one time I went to the beach with somebody, and they were adjusting their bathing suit.
Oh,
and I just happened to catch a glance. I go, that had to be a shadow.
Right.
That had to be a shadow or something. Like I just did. And then later on, I go, that was no shadow.
That ain't no shadow.
I was like, holy moly macaroni. Was it a deal breaker?
Yeah.
No, it was not. You know me, Dave. Was it a deal breaker?
I know. You got to go through with it. But better man than me.
You put in all the work.
True.
Okay, let's put it this way. We'll go with something more your style. Let's say you heard that there was a piece of pie that was amazing. Mm-hmm. You don't know it, but it should be amazing. This pie is amazing. This place, and you travel to it. And as you're traveling, your car breaks down. Mm-hmm. And then you get a tow truck, and you go to the tow truck yard. And then after that, you get an Uber. And you get from the Uber, you get to the place, and you look, and you go, it doesn't look that good, but I'm still hungry. Are you going to order it or not?
You're going to order it. All right. Point made. Well done.
Pie for pie. You're going to eat it.
Nice.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Moving right along.
Yes.
This is it's a quick question. I already know your answer to this, but it's a debate that other people have, and you already know that my philosophy on this. But he asked, is pineapple ever an acceptable pizza topping?
Okay. There's an actual clip going around. Hell no. There's an actual clip going around with a kid going, I'm Italian.
Right.
You don't put pineapple on a pizza.
Right.
I'm here to say, and I'm a disgrace to everybody,
I'm
garbage. Italian.
This garbage. It doesn't belong.
I enjoy pineapple on my pizza. I do. I know, and I'm sorry, Italians. I know it's a disgrace. A disgraziato, eh? A fuga. It is what it is. I enjoy pineapple on my pizza. I really do. So is it acceptable? I think so, because I enjoy it. My other Italian paisans, a lot of them say no. But why? I don't understand why.
It's the text. Like for me, it's going to make the pizza sweet.
It's so good.
And no, I love pineapple on its own.
Right.
But just the texture of a pineapple on a pizza that makes it sweet. It's just it just doesn't.
I like the sweetness with the meats on there and stuff like that, like a pineapple pizza with ham or bacon or something like that. I enjoy the contrast in flavors. I do.
Right.
But I'm also the guy that says, because I had it one year after I was hungover and everything else, cold pizza in the morning with a chocolate chip on top of it tasted incredible.
Right.
No. I haven't had it in a long time, but it used to be great.
Right.
And that's pretty fucked up too. But it tasted good to me.
No, it's like that video I sent you. The guy's like, this is what you do with a pineapple pizza.
Yeah,
you make it, you put it in the box, and then you throw it the fuck out.
Right. Yeah. No, I know a lot of people that, and I don't know why it's such a big deal. Like when everybody was first putting on all these different, olives. Olives go on pizza.
Yeah, true.
Jalapenos go on pizza. Like, why not pineapples? I don't understand what the fucking difference is and why pineapple is such a big. Oh, not the pineapple. Anything but pineapple. There's peppers. There's onions. I don't get it. Put anything on fucking pizza.
You can, but I don't know.
They have buffalo. They have chicken pizzas, buffalo chicken pizza. They got white pizzas. You got fucking pizza, whatever. Right. But no pineapple. You can do anything but pineapple.
That's right.
Good. You know what? You fucking guys eat all the rest of the pizzas. I order that. I know I'm eating the whole fucking pie.
You go to your
fucking pie too, because we used to do that at lunch.
You go to your pizza place. When you go to your pizza place, you go, hey, yo, this is what you're going to do for me. You're going to put some pineapple on it. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. I want the pineapple.
And if you don't like it, I'll fucking bash you over the head. No, I don't do nothing like that. I just order fucking pineapple because it's on the menu. Me and Mathieu, back in the day, we used to order a pizza each. And Mathieu's a much larger man than me. He was much taller, much broader, just a bigger guy all around. And we would literally sit down and we'd have a pizza each, medium pizza from Domino's or whatever. We'd have wings, we'd have breadsticks, and we would split everything. And we would just eat, and we would just eat constantly. And we always finished, both of our meals finished 100%. We were Gustamods.
Oh, boy. All right.
So yeah, we'll put the pineapple on the pizza, and I'll eat it.
There you go. All right. Now, this is a cool little question, a nice little debate here.
Okay.
He wants to know, De Niro or Pacino?
Hey, tough De Niro. Hey, you talking to me? Hooah! What do you... Say hello to my little friend.
Yep, you either got this guy.
Yeah.
Or this guy. His wild hair.
Yeah, well, he's always had wild hair. Really.
Yeah, I know.
See, they're both great. That's a damn good question.
It's a good question,
Matt. De Niro always went with. I mean, they were both very Italian. They're both obviously great movies. Some of De Niro's characters were just, as an Italian, were just too good. Pacino had some great characters also, but I think as an Italian who loves Italian movies, I think De Niro. I would pick De Niro over Pacino, which is crazy because Pacino. I mean, that's just Al Pacino's movies were insane. Even some of his ones that weren't like crazy blockbusters, still great movies, and he's a great actor. Both of them are great actors. But if I had to pick one, I think I'd go De Niro over Pacino. What about you?
I can see your point on that. See, to me, De Niro is more of the versatile actor, where he's done. I guess he's done the mob movies or whatever, right? And he's also done...
I don't know what you're talking about. What's this mob you're speaking?
Well, you know what I mean. The gangster movies, whatever you want to call them.
Oh, gangster movies. Yeah, that I've heard.
And he's moved on. He's done Meet the Fockers, the comedies, and the old people shows and stuff now.
Right.
Whereas Pacino...
Dirty Grandpa was hilarious, too, with Zac Efron.
Yeah.
So fucking funny.
But Pacino, I don't think he's really done that. His was more the serious shit. I don't think
he's done a lot more serious roles. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's really transitioned to be, to those other roles. But the impact of the movies for me would be Pacino. Just the Scarfaces, the Godfathers, the Scent of a Woman. Yeah. Those movies,
After I saw Scent of a Woman, I went there with my buddy Vinny Boombots. We went to the movie theater. We separated ourselves because back in the day, you had to separate yourself by one. This way, everybody knew you weren't a couple and everything else.
Right.
The fuck were we thinking? But I don't know. And then we went to a diner afterwards, and then the whole time I pretended like I was blind. Because the Scent of a Woman. It was so ridiculous. But I mean, I was holding the menu upside down. I was looking at the girl, but kind of looking past her. I was ordering the food and stuff. It was just so stupid.
Yeah. No, that's a classic movie, man.
Yeah, it was great. I actually rewatched that movie with all my spare time. I rewatched that a couple probably about a month ago or whatever. A couple weeks ago to a month ago. Yeah. And then it was like late, and I was like, I gotta watch the movie. I haven't seen this in forever. And I watched it. It's a great movie. It just and he's a great actor. I'm not saying he's not. It's amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Like De Niro's still a great actor. I don't take nothing away from him. Right. But for me, my personal, it's Pacino. He is just because of I don't know. He had more of the. De Niro had the blockbusters, but Pacino had the more memorable blockbusters for me. So
for you,
my personal,
Goodfellas.
Mm-hmm.
How do you top Goodfellas or Godfathers or
exactly Scarface?
Say
hello to my little friend.
That's great impersonation. Dave doing impersonations. That's awesome. He makes jokes and does impersonations. He's coming for my job.
Oh, do you? You didn't say this. So do you know Rob and Al? Are you first name basis with Rob and Al?
Actually, if you know Rob on a first name basis, it's not Rob, it's Bobbie.
It's Bobbie, okay, or Bob, whatever.
Right. So, fucking first and foremost, you don't know him, obviously.
Yeah, I don't.
And Allie Boy. Ooh, what do you mean? Me and Al talk on the phone. No, I don't know Al on a first name basis. De Niro, me and Bobbie, we get along. We do all right. We're buddies.
That's a good debate. I think that's a good debate because I think if you pulled 100 people, you would probably get like a 50-50 out of that.
I think it would be really close. It would be really, really close. And it's both of them have had great careers and still going. Mm-hmm. I think De Niro's doing more than Pacino now.
I think so, yeah.
But Pacino's still around and everything else. I think they just had the reunion of him and Michelle Pfeiffer from Scarface when they first did that one, and they were still hanging out together and stuff like that. I think it was like 30 year or 40, I forget what it was, but it was something recent. Mm-hmm. But yeah, both of those are great. I mean, both of them are great, but I would have to go De Niro with it. I really would. Mm-hmm. As much as Pacino has some great movies, I don't know.
Well, I don't fault you. Can't argue.
No. Do we have any more questions for Matty A or no?
Yes, we do.
All right,
we do.
Matty A filling up the questionnaires. I like it.
So he goes, if you're at a club, checking your leather jacket at a coat check, how can the attendant identify which jacket is yours? He says, Donnie will get this joke.
Yeah, we were fucking hammered one night, and we were leaving a club out in Jersey, and in Jersey there's a lot of Italians and a lot of leather jackets. Even if you weren't Italian, a lot of people had a lot of leather jackets.
There was a leather jacket phase, yes.
Yeah. So I had about 4 or 5 different leather jackets, some with zippers, some with buttons, and this, that, the other. And then one of them actually had on the inside, it said "Made in Italy."
Okay.
Like it was like, you ever see Boomerang? The movie Boomerang with that Norton?
Yes.
Did you know your father had a shirt with mushrooms? Bam! But you stopped there, but bam! And he had the mushrooms on the inside?
Yes.
My jacket, bam! Had "Made in Italy" on the inside. So it had like the stamps in all different, like throughout the whole thing.
Right.
So when I got to the attendant, for whatever fucking reason, hammered and stupid, I gave her my ticket. And I go, yeah, it's a leather jacket. It says "Made in Italy" on the inside. Like she's looking inside the fucking jacket to see. You got a fucking ticket. She goes by the number. Here's your
by the number, yeah.
Fucking hammered, just talking. But yeah, that was a long time ago. Over by Rutgers area when we were hanging out, having a good time, I believe.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Everybody, I remember having a couple leather jackets too, man. Like I don't know if they're still in, but I remember they were to have.
Yeah, I got ones with the zippers. I got the ones with the buttons. I got the one with the zippers that has the thing that goes around, the leather strap that goes around. You tie it off.
Yeah.
Please. Oh, forget about it over here, this fucking guy, eh? You want to talk leather? Oh, we got leather.
Yeah.
And one of them actually says "Made in Italy" on the inside. So if you're ever looking for it,
do you still have that? Do you still have that leather jacket in question?
I don't know if I have that specific one anymore. I don't think I have that one anymore. That was a nice leather jacket. That was a very soft leather. That was nice.
Well, if you happen to find it, take a picture of it and post it to the Facebook page or something.
I definitely will. Fucking coat check. Matty, you fucker.
So, all right, we'll do one more for
right.
him because I think this is a cool question too as well. Okay. He's got many questions and they've all been great so far.
Matt, you got good questions. I knew you would.
Yes, sir. Okay, he's a party etiquette question.
Okay.
You go to a 50-person backyard barbecue and bring a 12-pack of beer, and you put it in one of the 3 coolers that the host has out.
Okay.
Are you free to sample a few different beers from the coolers, or should you stick to the brand you personally brought?
Oh, it depends on the crowd.
That's a good question, though. I like that.
He's good. He's one of us. He's a shooter.
Yeah.
Matty, if you ever want to get on, you let me know. You can ask me your questions.
Let's go.
I would say that I believe. Okay. depending on the crowd. That's first and foremost.
Yeah,
if
true.
you know the crowd, and it's 50 people for us isn't that big of a, like, that's a big crowd, but it's not that big of a crowd. Like, I know barbecues out in Arizona, like, you have 12 people, it's like, oh, there's a lot of people here. Fuck you.
Right.
A lot of fucking people. What are you talking about? That's my fucking Tuesday afternoon. Get the fuck out of here. That's what we met at the bar. But if we did a barbecue, and I was coming to your house, and I brought it, first and foremost, I would bring more than a 12-pack or whatever.
Right.
But I would put it in, and if you had something there, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to try it. If it's out in open, it's free for all. Mm-hmm. You get whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
Now, with that being said, don't bring Red Stripe or something that nobody drinks. You bought the cheapest fucking beer you could, and then you put it in the fucking cooler and you drink everybody else's beer, and that's the only fucking thing that's left over, you fucking prick.
Milwaukee's best.
Right, yeah. No, it's not the best. If that's the best Milwaukee's got to offer, you guys are in trouble.
There's a reason a 30-pack costs like $12, man. It's not good.
You bring that and you put that in the cooler and then drink everybody else's beer? No, you're a fucking asshole. You're not invited to the next barbecue.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think you should be able to sample everything, because you never know what you know. Beers are beers, but there's so many varieties now. It's not like it was years ago. I mean, now it's got everything.
Yeah, I think if they're in those kind of the big coolers or whatever, and as long as everybody's bringing and they're all, to me, I feel that as everybody's just, it's a donation. Everybody's bringing their beer, they're putting it in there. And it's not necessarily their main beer. So if they wanted their main beer that they wanted that nobody to touch, they could put it to the side as somewhere else.
Bring your own cooler.
Right, exactly.
At my house, I've had parties and people bring their own coolers.
Exactly.
That's their beer.
And that's theirs. They'll drink from that. Yeah. But if it's in like those coolers where everybody just brought that shit, man, that's free for all, man. Right. Whatever you reach your hand in and grab, guess what? That's what you're drinking.
Surprise! It's
exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah, just like your house. When I come over to visit you and I open the fridge, I have many samplings of whatever I want. I just reach in and grab something and go.
I got IPAs, I got lights, I got ultra
whatever.
Lights, I got everything. It's a variety pack.
Exactly.
When you come, I want you to have what you like.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck everybody likes, so and if you bring something, like I have a friend of mine that likes IPAs.
Mm-hmm.
I've got IPAs in my fridge. Do I drink them? No, I don't drink them. But I know I have a couple. This way, if he comes over and he doesn't have it, if he comes over real quick, hey, I just got to stop by for a little bit. Stop by. Oh, you want a beer? Here's one that you like.
Right.
If he's coming for a party or something, he'll bring his own, because he knows he wants those, and some of the people there like them too, so they drink them. But no, if you have a specific beer or drink that you want, put it to the fucking side or bring your own cooler.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you put it in, it's a free-for-all. And if you're bringing cheap beer, you're not coming back to the next barbecue.
Now, here's my question to that, though. If you're
busting your balls every fucking time you grab a beer.
If you're one of those that don't touch my beer people, like you bring your own shit, should you still bring beer to throw into the pool that everybody else can drink? Or, you know what I mean? Is that still technically, you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know if yes. I mean, as long as you're willing to share what you have.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
okay, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. I want to have as many. Oh, somebody had mentioned that they wanted. Oh, you want to try one? Here.
Yeah.
Have one.
Go to them. Oh, I heard you got the I don't know, Yinglings or whatever.
You got the good shit over there somewhere. You get it. Good.
Can I get one?
Right. Exactly. As long as you're willing to share it, by all means. But don't be a cheap fuck and go, no, these are my beers.
Yeah.
Those are yours over there.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you? And who goes to a barbecue and does that?
I know.
At least nobody in my... God forbid anybody... Oh, my God, I would love it. If somebody ever did that in my house, could you imagine?
I know.
What I would do to them?
No, and I just sit there with the popcorn. Look at this fool.
The show has begun.
Yep. Oh, man.
I would go nuts with somebody that did that, because it's just bullshit. Yeah. You're there for a good time. You're there to share each other's company, beer, food, all right? Whatever it is.
Right.
It's a group effort.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be a prick.
Right. No, I agree. 100%.
All right. So there it is.
So thank you, Maddie. Appreciate it, bud.
Thank you very, very, very much. I do appreciate it. And if you guys have any questions that you want to send in, please hit us up at shootingitstraight.wdc@gmail.com, and then maybe Dave will read your questions, and I'll answer yours. And hopefully you're a follower and a shooter. That's not right. You can't do that. You might get in trouble if you do that, Dave.
You get in trouble for doing that. No,
I meant shooters like drinks.
Shooters, yeah. Well,
We're shooting it straight.
I don't have a shot glass here. I'm prop free.
Sorry.
All right, next episode we'll have shot glass
for the shooters. Perfect. All right. Well, anyway, everybody, I hope you have a great week. Hope you have a good time. Hope you have plenty of barbecues with plenty of drinks. Yes. And until then, we'll catch you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.